Lesson 99, Inverse Variation. So we've talked about direct variation. So this is a little bit of a review right here. An equation that has direct variation looks like y equals kx, where k is a constant. If I wanted to solve for k, I could divide both sides by x, and I would get k equals y divided by x. If when we have our x and y's, when we divide y by x, if we have a constant the whole time, then it has direct variation. Inverse variation is y equals some number divided by x. So if I multiply both sides by x, I'm going to get k equals xy. And that is an inverse variation. So the difference is for direct is as one increases, the other increases. And if we were to draw a picture of it, it's a straight line that goes through the origin. And that is, like, as x gets bigger, y is going to get bigger. Now the inverse is as one increases, the other decreases. So as one increases, the other decreases. So if we were to draw a graph of this, as x gets bigger, so y starts up bigger, but then y is getting smaller as x is getting bigger. So it kind of looks like this little curvy bit here. So we're going to give some examples. An example would be if we look at a rectangle and its area. So we're going to say the area of a rectangle is 24 units squared. We know that length times width equals area. So if we were to do a table with length and width, and we want area to be length times width. Now if you remember up here what we just talked about, our constant is x times y. So we're going to show that the area is going to be constantly 24. And then we're going to graph it. So if we have the length is 2, then the width is going to be 12. And the area will still be 24. If the length is 3, the width will be 8. And the area will be 24. If the length is 4, the width will be 6. And the area will be 24. If the length is 24, the width will be 1, and the area will still be 24. So if we were to graph that, we're going to go up. Just making my coordinate plane here. Okay, so L is along the bottom and width is the y-axis. So when L is 2, the width is 12. When L is 3, the width is 8. Notice as we get bigger on the L, the W gets smaller. So 4 would be 6, and 24 is going to be 1. So notice that if we were to connect these, it's going to kind of go that curvy way, like that, pretty much. And that's the inverse. That's an inverse variation. An inverse variation, the pairs of numbers will always multiply to make the same constant product, which is what we did here. We took the two numbers, multiplied them. So we're going to write that sentence. In inverse variation, the pairs of numbers always multiply to make the same constant product. And that's the end of the lesson.